Finding Faith in Funny. My name is Chase. This is my show. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you're a return listener, thank you. First time listener, extra special thank you, and hopefully you'll return. Now, I know that for the last several weeks, I have promised guests on this episode, and I've promised that one guest was going to be coming on that would shake some things up. And today, I finally keep that promise. Now, before I tell you who it is, let me just kind of go back a few weeks. A few weeks ago, you remember I had my wife, Kristen, on this podcast, and we had a good conversation about, being a single mom, and we had a good humorous conversation about that. And about 4 days later, I was listening to Dustin Anderson's podcast. Now, you know Dustin. He was my first guest on here, and then he also was a substitute teacher on here for an episode. And pretty much anytime Dustin's name is mentioned anywhere, people pay attention because he's Dustin. He's amazing. So I was listening to his podcast, and he brought up the episode I did with my wife, and he said the following.
Voice on this thing that's not me or my wife, who I think still exists, but we haven't spoken publicly in a while. We do all of our speaking just in private at the house, which is fine. It just, I guess it's fine. I have a friend with a podcast, and his wife was on it this week, and it almost felt like a subtle, he was like rubbing in my face. He's like, look, my wife wants to be on my podcast. And I was like, fine, Chase, it's whatever. But anyway, none of that.
Now, just to clarify, I did not have my wife on to stick it to Dustin. But even if I did, nailed it. But that's not what this was. Now, Dustin's podcast, if you've heard it, and you have heard it because everyone has heard Dustin's podcast, his wife used to come on and do a thing called Letters with Lindsay, and she would read the emails with him. And then she stopped for several reasons. But I thought, what an amazing get that would be for Finding Faith in Funny, is if we could get Dustin Anderson's wife, Lindsay, on here without him knowing. And friends, today we accomplish that goal. I had a great conversation with Lindsay. We did it over the phone. We did it remote, but the conversation is good. The audio is clear. And this is not to stick it to Dustin Anderson, but it does feel like a victory. So without further ado, enjoy. You hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay? I'm in my car.
No, you're good. So we're safe and Dustin doesn't know?
Yeah, he came home early, so I had to quickly make up a reason that I needed to get out. So I hopped in the car and I found a park. So.
This is so shady, but I love it. Okay. How did you and Dustin meet? I don't know if I know your story.
Okay. Do you want the short version?
Whatever you want to tell.
So we went to high school together, Davis High, but we did not know each other really at all. We didn't really hang out in the same circles.
Okay.
Our school was massive, so it was hard to really know everyone unless you played sports together in the same clubs, things like that, or went to elementary together.
Yeah.
So we didn't really know each other at all our sophomore year. And then junior year, we had seminary together, and he sat behind me, and I was on the cheer team, and he had asked one of my friends that I cheered with to homecoming. And so when she told me his name, I recognized it just because we had class together. So then the next day, I just turned around and I said, hey, Julie said that you asked her to homecoming. That's going to be awesome. She is going to be such a fun date. And he just stared at me like an alien had landed in front of him. And just stone cold. And all he said is, yep. And he just sat there and I was like, okay. And I turned back around and I think I went to her the next day and I was like, have fun with him.
Oh,
that's gonna be
geez.
a fun day. So that was our first interaction. And then senior year, he was on so you know how you do powder puff
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
and then you have like the kind of the exec or whatever, and like other kids join the powder puff cheerleaders
Yeah. Yeah.
to like, so he like joined that and I was in charge of them. So I had to like make up a little halftime routine that they would do. So we had a practice. He was there with a bunch of other guys, and I was teaching him a dance. And like at one part, I turned around and like did 5, 6, 7, 8, shaking my hips. and so I turned back around. I was like, "Does anybody have any questions?" And he shot up his arm and just like looked me dead in the eyes. He's like, "Yeah, I didn't really get that last part. Can you do that one more time?" I like just looked at him. I was like, "I hate you. Like, what? Like, leave me alone." I'm like, "You're not nice." And I think I said something like, "I think you can figure it out." And I just like
so
walked
good.
away. So that was our second interaction.
He's off to a roaring start.
So then, so later that year, it was January. So it's our senior year. And when we didn't have any other classes together, but it was like, I kind of knew who he was. But by that point, his younger sister was on the cheer team with me. So
Okay.
I kind of started getting a sense of like more of who he was and his family. So then he finally just like gave me a call out of the blue and was like, "Hey, do you want to come over and hang out?" And I was like, "I don't want to hang out with this kid. Like, I barely know him." But like, there was something in me that was like, "Yeah, you do. You want to hang out." So I actually called up his homecoming date, Julie, and I was like, "You're going to come with me to his house and hang out because I don't know this guy, but you do." So anyway, we went over and yeah, and we just like clicked instantly. And yeah, it was kind of funny that we started having like really deep conversations like from the get-go. And yeah, that was it. So
That's
that's how we
fantastic.
met.
So you guys
Third
are from,
time's a charm.
yeah, well, I needed 4 times for my life, so good for you guys. So, so
Oh,
please tell me at your wedding you had him do the exact same dance you taught him for the powder puff thing.
no. I should have though. That would have been a good.
Okay,
Oh,
so
crazy.
one day you're at a soccer game and he comes back from an alleged bathroom break and just tells you he went and did stand up. What's your reaction to that? And I needed,
I'm
because I
trying to
could not believe
remember.
I could not believe that story when he told me that that's what he did.
Yeah, so Grace was playing soccer. We're at Dixie High School. She's on the field, and he just gets up. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom." And he's gone forever. And I'm like, did something happen? Like, I was kind of starting to get worried. And I'm trying to remember, I think his mom was there with us at the time. And I just thought he wouldn't leave his mom for this long. Like, what is going on? And then he just came back, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Like, and he just couldn't hold it in. Like,
Oh,
it was like he was just bursting. And I was like, "What? Where did you go?" I was so shocked. I couldn't believe he did that. He had talked about wanting to go do that for the longest time, but it was like, for some reason that day, he just got up the guts to go do it. So
I'm so glad he did. And his whole, okay, so like with his, first off, his like Instagram videos take off, then he starts getting into stand up, and then he starts his podcast. Do you support all of it, or do you just kind of more tolerate it?
no, I love it. Like
That's good.
I love that people like, I don't know, get to see what I see every day.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's him. He's not putting
it's
on a
just
show.
fun.
He's just being himself.
No, he's just being himself. He's like, I think he's way more like tender as a husband and
Yeah.
father than he probably comes off as. But no, our kids, it's like full jokes all the time, and that's how he shows love. It really is.
Well, you two are like a power couple. Like we look at you and we're like, well, that's the
Oh,
standard. The two of you. My wife and I adore your guys' relationship because I'll tell you what did it is
oh.
when we did the Kayenta show and you got all your sisters to come wearing matching shirts to support.
Yeah,
Like that was the funniest thing. So,
yeah.
all right.
Oh,
So he talked about on one of his episodes a few weeks ago how you used to come do emails, but you don't anymore. And he thinks you still exist. But I got to ask, why did you stop doing the emails? Because it was a popular segment.
I know. Well, I'm not quite sure. I think there were like a few times when I was sick, and then it kind of just kind of rolled into me not coming. I don't know. I think I was just like busy driving the kids here and there, practices, and then
Well,
anyway, and he tried to like do them later at night, so that
yeah.
you could have family time, and yeah, it
Well,
just
moms
rolled
already have so
into
much going on. And then they're like, hey, can
yeah,
you sift through these emails I'm getting?
yeah,
So I get it.
yeah.
I had to ask kind of on his
I think
behalf,
I
I
need to
feel like.
come back though. Yeah.
The listeners are
Maybe.
asking about you. I know that from what I've heard. So, okay. Now,
Well, and his friend that like makes the letter, he did the letters with Lindsay. He like
yeah.
changed the intro for him, so I don't know if I'm going to be invited back.
See, I thought he should have changed it to letters without Lindsay. That might have been, but
I know that would have been funny.
okay. I actually have questions about you. This interview is not about your husband.
Okay.
Those are just, okay. So, one thing I love about people is when they just are who they are with no apologies. And when you pull up your Instagram, right at the top, it says two things: disciple of Christ and never a dull moment. And that right there tells me, okay, she is all for your beliefs to your core. Is that fair to
Yeah,
say?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so never a dull moment. Obviously, you're married to Dustin, but the two of you just are fun people. How does faith and fun, or faith and funny, kind of work together for you? Like, how do they support each other?
Um, I think it gets you through difficult times for sure. Um, like a lot of people don't know, we had lots of ups and downs with like, I mean, we lived in New Orleans for a time, we lived in Texas for a time, and just like different ups and downs with his career, and um, a little bit of infertility early on, and for a couple years, and just different things like that.
Yeah.
And I really feel like he always did a good job of just trying to make things light and fun, because you can see how you would like sink really quickly if things aren't
Mm-hmm.
going well. But I think humor often gives you a bigger perspective on life, and kind of just helps you not take yourself so seriously,
Yeah.
especially in the moment. It's good to just laugh things off and keep going.
Well, like I watched the two of you, like my wife and I were leaving the show a couple weeks ago, and you guys were like walking around the block just holding hands talking. And I was like, they go through everything together, like the ups and the downs. And it was just really cool to see that, like, you say, just, faith and funny. That's exactly how I would describe your guys' relationship is faith and funny.
Yeah.
So
Oh, thank you.
on
I try.
on a lighter note, how do you put up with the amount of animals that guy brings home?
Oh my gosh, Chase.
You pretty much married Matt Damon from We Bought a Zoo. Like every week he has
Oh
like
my
the,
word.
like you came home in the garage and there's just more chickens or something like that.
I literally almost ran into them. I came home from Costco, like carrying boxes into the house, and I about hit, those, it's like the horse trough thing. What are those called? I just forgot.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That you get from, yeah. So they're all in there right up next to the door going into the house. I mean, like, yeah, and I almost ran into him. I had no idea he was getting those.
Oh
No
my
idea.
gosh.
And the ant farm.
Yeah.
And our dog Theo was supposed to be just this tiny mini dog,
Mm-hmm.
but he assured me, oh yeah, he's just gonna be little. He's a 50-pound dog. He's big. So I've learned that I just have to go along with it. And
I
he
have
will
decided
also.
that pets are like boats where I just want to be friends with people who have them and I want zero of the responsibility.
People say that all the time. They're like, "Oh, I would never have those."
Well, we've had dogs and cats and stuff, and I get attached so easy that when it's time for
Oh
them to move,
yes,
I can't like it just. But I also have a 4-year-old daughter who has me wrapped around her finger, and I know a dog is coming soon. So it's just one of
yeah,
those things. So
yeah. Get ready.
yeah.
Get your wife ready first.
Oh, it's my wife's. If we could do it today, she would.
Is she good
So
with it? Oh, that's
she's.
good.
I mean, she's more of a cat person, but we watch our kids interact with dogs and cats, and we'll probably end up with both at some point before too long.
Yeah.
And at that
No,
point,
they
I'm just going
really
to
are
work
so
extra hours.
good for kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. They really are. Okay. Uh, let me understand if I got this right. You grew up a Utah fan, and then you got married, and now you're a BYU fan. Is that right?
Um, kind of. So I did graduate from the University of Utah,
Okay.
but I actually never planned on going there.
Yeah.
I was never really like a big Ute fan.
Hmm.
In fact, like my older sisters went to BYU, so I kind of always thought that I would go down that path. Um, but yeah, I never did. Ended up going to the U, and it was awesome. um, in fact, when I transferred there, Dustin was on his mission, and we were writing at the time, and I
Okay.
told him, "Hey, I'm going to transfer to the U," and the line that was in his letter was, "Hey, good luck at the school of the Babylonians." That's all he said. I was like, "Wow." So
Yeah.
anyway, he's just
Well,
teasing me,
because
but
that makes more sense. Because my question to that was going to be, how dare you? But you explained it in a better way. The
yeah.
re-
So I actually I still had a year left at the U when we got married, but we
Okay.
lived in Provo because I was just taking a couple classes. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that makes more sense. That makes
so
me feel a little bit better.
but we had our first Christmas though. His mom gifted me this big box of all BYU swag. Like
Ah,
she
nice.
was like, "Yes, you go to the U, but you cheer for BYU now." So
My
we always
6-year-old
laugh about that.
watched the game with me last year, and he's kind of like, if he watches a team win, that's just their team. So he just
Yeah.
loves telling me how much he loves BYU right now. And I got to be honest, it hurts a little bit. But
Wait, because you are a Ute fan.
oh,
I forgot about that.
think about what Dustin is to BYU. That's what I am, completely ripped.
So is your wife a U of U fan
So
then,
that
or
was one
is
of the
she?
first questions I asked her because we met online and
Oh no.
and I just said, because she's from Pittsburgh, but she moved to Utah. And I figured if she's LDS, she's got to have a tie to one of them. So I said, okay, Utah or BYU. And she said, Steelers, nothing else matters. I said, okay, I can work with that.
Hey, that
So
yes,
by
that
proxy,
is
she'll wear a red t-shirt, but she does not care one bit.
that's actually kind of nice.
It is. Now,
She's good to go with.
her family, the Steelers are just as important as religion. I don't know what trumps
Mm,
the other depending on the Sunday. It's pretty remarkable. So,
that's awesome though. See, I wasn't really attached to any of them, so
well, I've tamed out.
I
My
hope that
mission
she's
president kind
watching this.
of like I got into it a lot, and my mission president kind of put perspective in me a little bit. And then my grandpa, who taught at both schools, really made me feel dumb for hating one. So like I've tamed way out, but
Oh,
man, it used to run really deep. So all right.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Last question. What evidence do you have or do you see in the world of God having some sort of a sense of humor?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think being a mom,
Yeah.
just so many times where, like, I remember specifically one of my daughters like sitting in the car seat, and you know those like squeeze pouches
Yeah.
for kids.
Yeah.
And I remember she was just upset, and I thought, oh, I'll just hand her one of these things. And the thought crossed my mind, maybe don't hand her that. But I was like, oh, she's so ornery, I'm just going to hand her it. And 2 seconds later, she was covered head to toe in her car seat. And I kind of felt like Heavenly Father was just like, I told you not to do that. But you did it anyway, didn't you? And just like laughing about it, like, oh my goodness, why did I do that? And just the funniest scene from it. So,
well, I'm glad you can take humor from that.
He totally does have that.
Oh, totally. I think he does that on purpose, where he's like, hey, if you give it to her, watch this. And
Yeah.
But I think it's awesome you have the sense of humor, because I'm sure there's plenty of parents who don't find humor in that moment. It's probably,
Yeah.
but if you laugh about it, it's pretty funny. Anytime one of my kids is ornery and maybe they snap back, I have to leave the room because I'm going to go laugh, because there's nothing not funny about a kid snapping back at their parents. And so if
And
there's
they
not,
don't like it when you laugh at them. It
no,
makes it worse.
not at all. There's been times where Chris and I have to leave the room together and be like, we'll be right back. And we're just in the other room dying laughing, like we wish we could have recorded that. So well,
I love that.
it's the best. So, well, thank you for doing this. Hopefully it's not too big of a detriment to your relationship.
He's gonna be so surprised. I can't wait to see his reaction.
I honestly wish I could be like in the car when a notification pops up to like, and it just like, anyway, it'll be fun. Thank you so much for being willing to do this and for keeping it a secret.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
Thank
awesome.
you.
Well, have a good rest of your day, and go do whatever excuse you told him you were about to go do.
Gotta run to Costco.
Perfect.
Hopefully there are.
Well, then you've got time. You could go do whatever. You could go get your nails done, and he'd still believe it. So
I should. That's a great idea.
See, there you go. All right. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye. Huge thanks to Lindsay for coming on and sharing the insight that she shared. Huge thanks for Dustin for being a good sport about this. Hopefully, this episode comes out on Monday, I think the 15th. I wonder if I'll still be alive to see Wednesday the 17th. Who knows? Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. We'll get another guest on next week. I actually know who it is, and I think I already, Anyway, worst tease of all time. Regardless, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please reach out. Let us know what you like or don't like, or a story you want to tell. faithandfunny@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. My name is Chase.